Good evening, football fans, and we are here live at Strider Field, home of the Jamestown Red Raiders, for their homecoming game tonight, as they'll be taking on the Kenmore West Blue Devils, both teams coming in at 2-0. Norm Rodriguez here along with Frank Wolf. How are you doing this evening, Frank?
Mr. Rodriguez, you know what? There's no better place in Western New York to watch football than Strider Field. This is the mecca of the high school football circuit. It's my second time down here this year, and, you know, that's my high school, Kenmore West, down there, class of '93. So Jamestown's been outscoring opponents 100-12 after 2 games. Ooh. Kenmore West, they're 2-0. So, you know, they've got an unblemished record, and that's really all that matters today. It could be a pretty good game. We'll have to hope and see. It
could also be a one-sided affair with Jamestown off to a hot start, winning by 44 points a game in their first 2 games and averaging 50.
Yeah, Kenmore West has the lone captain coming out to midfield. That's number 3, Patrick Gerbeck. He is a senior, 5'10", 175. And, I mean, this is a long ride down to Jamestown for Kenmore West. They got on their bus about 3:15, 3:30 today. It's a good hour and a half, 45-minute drive. And all you think about is coming to Strider Field and having to play this Jamestown team. This is a legit state contending football team right here. They're both Class A now, and Kenmore West is going to run into a buzzsaw. But for the last hour and 45 minutes on that bus ride, all they've thought about was having to play this tough team. And honestly, they're a huge underdog today, but that could be used to their advantage. I mean, Jamestown, as good as they are, they annihilated Hamburg, they annihilated Grand Island, and here comes Kenmore West on a bus ride, an hour and 45 minutes long. It's cold, it's windy. They've got, nothing to lose here. They really don't.
And Kenmore West won the toss, and they will receive the ball first. Kind of strange, more often than not, teams are deferring the ball for the second half, but we're still seeing teams that like to get the ball first for the advantage.
We'll have to wait and see who receives. I did not see who won the toss there, Norm.
Kenmore West won the toss, and they'll be having the ball first.
That's a good strategy for Coach John Haynes and the Blue Devils. I got out to practice on Wednesday, talked to a couple of their players and their coaching staff, and one of the things they wanted to do today that they thought they could, if they were going to win this game, they were going to have to control that ball. You want to keep it out of Trey Drake's hands. Don't let him get into the hands of guys like Butera, Rojas, guys that can do a lot of damage once they get that football in their hands. So we'll have to wait and see if that pans out for them. But it's a good strategy getting that ball first and hopefully chipping off some of that play clock. We don't have a play clock running for you. We'll try and work on that later. Our second camera isn't working this afternoon, folks.
One of the deep men, though, for Kenmore West to return the kickoff is Colton LaCicero, who's number 20. And it looks like it's going to be Elijah Rojas doing the kickoff honors for Jamestown. Both teams coming in at 2-0. And we are underway here at Strider Field, and it's a deep kick down the middle of the field, bounces inside the 20, and that is picked up by LaCicero, and he goes out of bounds at around the 22-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Kenmore West Devils.
So Kenmore West will trot out their quarterback, see if he can't have a good game today. He's got some players to work with and behind him, too. He's got a pretty decent running back.
From what I'm seeing, it's number 17 for Kenmore West, Zach Zayetzi.
Yeah, Zach Zayetz is the quarterback, just a junior. Now, against Lockport last week, they had a rough first half, turned the ball over, I believe, 5 times. They don't want to be making those mistakes with the football today. We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, Jamestown is a team that will take advantage of those mistakes. But what we're seeing right here, it's a 4-wide receiver set. It's a trips left, 1 receiver to the right. And Kenmore West in the shotgun formation. We're seeing more of that in high school football. And here's a snap, and it's a give on to the motion man. That motion man was number 11, Jermaine Atkins. And he's lucky if he got back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, for Kenmore West, they're going to want to run to that left side, or if you will, the right side of Jamestown's defense. Butera is hanging out on the left, number 6. He's a name you're going to be calling an awful lot today, Norm. As you know, this is your second Jamestown game of the season.
The first game, he scored 3 touchdowns for the Red Raiders. And another guy scored 3. The last one was Damari Jones for the last home game. It's going to be a 2nd down and 9, so a 1-yard gain on the play. Man sent in motion, and it is a give to the running back, and he's stuffed right away. He's able to get to the 25-yard line. It looked like that was given to Colton LaCicero.
No, that's Mosley, number 30. He's a feature back for Kenmore West. Was able to break that first tackle at the line of scrimmage and was able to pick up maybe one. And looks like that's what it was. So 3rd and 8 situation for the Blue Devils. 10:59 on the play clock.
So this is a down where they have to throw the ball. It's 3rd down and 8. You don't want to run it on a 3rd and a yardage that big. Let's see what Kenmore West does as they break the huddle. It's going to be a 4-wide set, 2 receivers on each side. And here's the snap, and it's going to be a quarterback sweep. And going to the right side of the field, and he's tackled before the 30-yard line. The player in for that was Demeek Dennis. Running back, defensive back combo, who's a sophomore on Kenmore West.
So the Jamestown Red Raiders with a big stop there on 3rd down. Going to force Kenmore West into a punting situation on their first possession of the game.
And that run was for no gain. From what we're seeing, it looks like they're going for it. Unless they're setting up a punt formation, which they will. Oh, and that's a beautiful kick. Going deep into the Jamestown end, goes out of bounds inside the 40. Looked like the 39.
And that was Mosley.
Let's see the referee's indication. Oh, it's going to be a little further than that. It's going to be at the 45-yard line. So Jamestown's going to have really good field position to start the game. Jamestown coached by Tom Langworthy. And here comes the Red Raider offense going out onto the field. Jamestown's going to be in shotgun with Drake, the quarterback. And here's a snap, and it's going to be a give and a run to midfield, 45 to the 40, and he could be gone unless Kenmore West can catch him, and he does. The first run of the game by Damari Jones, and he broke a big one. He's able to get it deep into Kenmore West territory.
Jones was a huge factor in that opening win over Hamburg just a couple of weeks ago. In fact, he was lights out.
Scored 3 touchdowns in the game.
Did a lot of work in that first half, so the Red Raiders are moving early.
That was a 35-yard run, 1st and 10 to the 20, and it's going to be a give to Butera, gets to the 15, and trying not to go down, but there's a wall of Kenmore West defenders, so it'll be about a 5-yard gain. 2nd and 5.
Yeah, the Red Raiders offense, they've got a plethora of talent in the skill position. As I said earlier, this is a team that really could be contending for a state title this year. That's exactly how good they are. There's no sugarcoating that.
It's going to be a 3-wide, 2-back set. It's going to be a 2nd down and 5 at the 15. They are now in the red zone. Here's the snap. Give to Butera again, looking for a gap to go through, and he gets to about the 12, about a 3-yard gain on the play. It's going to be 3rd down and short.
One of the strengths of this Kenmore West team is that defensive line. They are pretty big. They might be young, but they are still pretty big. There's some beef on that line. Look at number 72, Ezekiel Merchado. 6'2", 320 he's listed at. He's just a freshman.
And they got a defensive lineman, Jabari Lee, who's 6'6", 6'6", 230, and he's only a junior. Here we go. It's going to be a 3rd down and 2, shotgun formation, and it's going to be a give to Butera again, and he's got enough for the 1st down and more. Touchdown! Jamestown right off the bat on their first drive equals 6 points, and they draw first blood 6-0 with 8:44 left in the first.
Yeah, that was just a thing of beauty. Just a run, 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 run. That's all they did on that. They didn't have to throw the ball at all.
If it's not broke, don't try to fix it.
No, Trey Drake, I don't think he broke a sweat on that. Butera goes to work, and he gets the first touchdown of the game for the Red Raiders. And their kicker, number 24, Ella Profiter, comes in to boot this.
And that's a beauty.
And I believe there was a story done on her recently at Channel 7. Jenna Caleri was coming down to do a story on her. That might have aired tonight, actually.
Yeah, I saw something on the Post-Journal about that earlier today myself. Oh, the extra point was no good, according to the officials, so it's going to remain 6-0.
Wow.
That
Looked
missed
good
extra
from where
points
I
can be
was.
critical.
Definitely looked good from where I was.
It looked good from me, too, but the referees have the better view than we do.
We need a scoreboard cam. We really need the scoreboard cam, and we need an end zone cam. That's what it is. We need an end zone cam.
Hopefully the football doesn't hit it, but here we go. Jamestown getting ready to kick the ball off again. It's going to be Rojas. One of the return men for Kenmore West is LaCicero, and the other one's Jermaine Atkins, number 11.
And that's the thing about the Raiders this year. They've been getting out to quick starts. First possession, touchdown. They had a bit of a short field to work with, you could say. I mean, they didn't have too far to go. 50-plus yards, not much more than that.
Here comes the boot by Rojas. And down the center of the field, another nice kick. And caught at around the 11-yard line by Atkins. Gets to the 20. The 25 picks up a block to the 30. About a 22-yard return. A pretty good return there by Atkins for Kenmore West.
So Ken West will get the ball back with 8:37 to go. Their first possession was 3 straight runs. They only picked up a couple of yards and were forced to punt. So this is their second possession of the evening.
Let's see what Kenmore does with it. It's only 6-0. They can still at least tie the game right now. Let's see what they do. It looks like it's going to be a 3-wide, 2-back set. Shotgun formation is Zayats. Takes a snap, and it is a give once again. That is to Kenneth Mosley. And looks like he got back to the line of scrimmage, if not lost a couple.
No, I think he definitely lost a couple on that. Damari Jones was in the backfield awful quick.
It's going to be a 4-yard loss on the play. So 2nd and 14.
One of the things that the Blue Devils definitely want to do today is protect that football. It almost cost them a game last week in Lockport.
Here we go, 2nd and 14 with about 8 minutes left in the first. It's going to be a 3-wide, 2-back set. Zayat sends a man in motion, takes a snap, and he wants to throw for the first time, and there's a whistle. Looks like there's a flag on the play. And there is. Let's see what the indication is. It's going to be a false start on Kenmore West, so they're backed up another 5 yards. 2nd and 19. Now they do have to throw the ball in this down. Jamestown's one of those teams that take advantage should there be a mistake like that. Still 2 downs to go, though, for Kenmore West to get some yardage and make it manageable. The Blue Devils break the huddle, and they're going to have a trips wide set on the left. And 2 wide receivers on the right, and a man set in motion. And it's a give on the sweep. Looks like the give's to Jeremiah Evans. And he's stopped at the at the 15-yard line. That looked like about a 9-yard loss.
It's Butera. He was back there awful quick. Butera, of course, goes both ways.
Jamestown wasn't fooled on that one. And that's a 7-yard loss. It's going to be 3rd and a country mile right here for the Blue Devils. 3rd and 26. And they're pinned inside their own 20 at the 17.
Tough sledding here on this second drive for the Blue Devils.
Right now they're at negative yardage of total offense. It's going to be an empty backfield, 5-wide set, trips right, 2 to the left. And a man set in motion, and Zayats wants to throw. Shoots that ball downfield, and it is incomplete. Looked like it was intended for Jermaine Atkins, and it's going to be 4th down.
Atkins and Mosley were both in the vicinity, but Atkins appeared to be the intended target. Great coverage downfield by the Jamestown Red Raiders, but Kenmore West doing what they have to do. They have to start airing the ball out.
If the running game's not working, you got to start throwing it a couple times.
Especially at 3rd and 26.
And here comes the punt team. Looks like it's LaCicero punting the ball. Here's the snap, and here's the put down, and a nice kick. And that's going to go out of bounds. Oh, it hits inside Jamestown territory. Hit the 48-yard line approximately before it went out. It's going to be marked at the 45. That was a beautiful punt.
Yeah, that was a really good punt with the wind in his face. If you look at the goalpost down there, the flags are moving in a northern direction, I guess you would say.
Jamestown, though, once again with really good field position. 6:39 left in the first, and have an opportunity to extend the lead to 2 scores.
A couple scores from around Western New York. Olean's up on Depew 7-0. Iroquois is in front of Cheektowaga 12-0. I know there's some technical difficulties down at those schools. So unfortunately, we may not be able to live stream those as we had hoped.
Here comes Jamestown in a trips left wide receiver formation and one receiver on the right, and looks like Butera's the back beside Drake. Here's the snap. It's the give to Butera, and he is read right away, and a nice tackle there. The main man was number 30, Kenneth Mosley. They read that perfectly.
Yeah, Mosley was back in the Jamestown backfield awful quick there, and Butera had nowhere to go, so a nice play there by the Blue Devil defense.
Looks like it's a loss of 2 on the play, 2nd and 12 at the 43.
And that doesn't happen too often to this Red Raider offense.
I don't think it happened at all the first home game. It's going to be a trips right, one receiver left. Butera the only back, so it's a flip formation from the last play, and Drake wants to throw, roll out to the right, and that pass is caught. That's caught by Green. He's going to be tackled at the 45-yard line. Or Damari Jones with the catch.
Nice pickup there by the Red Raiders. Drake had plenty of time to let that thing fly. He did. Had a couple of blockers. Jones did, and it's a first down for the Red Raiders. Was that enough for the first down?
Looks like it's a 3rd and 1.
Okay.
The chain gang has it at 3rd down. It's going to be 3rd and a yard. 3 wide, 2 backs. And Drake in the shotgun formation. 3rd down in the yard, and it's a give to Jones. Breaks one tackle, and he may have gotten it. He may have squeaked through for that first down.
We'll have to see where they mark this ball. But Cicero did a really nice job of getting back there to make the tackle, but this is just barely good enough for the first down. So the Red Raiders, 1st and 10 from the Blue Devils 45.
And here we go, a 3 wide set, 1 left, 2 to the right. The 2 backs are Jones and Butera. And Drake takes a snap, rolls to the right, looks to throw, shoots it down the field, and incomplete.
That was some pretty good coverage there by the Ken West secondary. We called his name a couple times already, Colton Cicero. He was there to knock that ball away.
It's going to be 2nd and 10 at the 45, so still a couple of shots to get even deeper down the field. 5:29 left in the first. And Jamestown in a bit of a semi-hurry-up offense. They don't huddle. It's going to be a trips right, 1 receiver to the left. Butera the back beside Drake. Drake calling out the signals, takes a snap, and he wants to throw. And throws, and that's caught.
Is it caught or did that hit the ground first? It looked like a cradle almost.
Looked like it was caught by Carter Egansky.
They're giving it to him.
It's going to be a 3rd down 6, so a 4-yard gain on the play. So it's 3rd and manageable. This could be 4-down territory for Jamestown if they wanted to go for it. Should it be 4th down? As we hit 5 minutes left in the first. It's going to be a 3 wide set, 2 backs. Jones goes in motion. Drake wants to throw. Throws a screen to Butera, but it's read right away. And Kenmore West was not fooled.
No, Cicero again was there along with a couple of other Blue Devils. Linebackers doing a great job of getting to the ball quickly. Butera is a very dangerous in open space. And Cicero just hung on for dear life. And it was a nice open field tackle by I believe he's a junior.
Yes, no, Cicero's a senior.
He's a senior, okay.
In spite of the offensive struggles, though, Kenmore West has looked really good on the defensive side. Let's see if they can get some points on the board right here as Rojas gets ready to punt. And Cicero, the deep man, low snap, and here's the boot. And that's a beauty. This might go into the end zone. No, that takes a bounce, and it goes around the 18.
It got hung up in the air, Norm. It looked like it was going to take off for the end zone, but it got hung up. It's a windy day, and it's like an east-west crosswind. It's kind of crazy out there right now.
Yeah, and the ball got down by Cameron Melendez, one of the seniors on the Jamestown team. So it's going to be at the 18-yard line. Kenmore West needs to get a score right here. The defense is hanging tough, but the offense needs to pull that weight.
It's a 6-0 football game, and they need to get first downs is what they need to come away with. Let's see them if they can get a couple of first downs here. They haven't really been able to move the ball, but they were just able to stop what is the best offense in Western New York in Jamestown. I've said that 100 times since we started 5 minutes ago, but it's true. And the Blue Devils just got a much-needed stop. They did a very good job there defensively. Can they reward their defense with some first downs and keep them fresh?
The give on the play looked like that was to Mosley again. Got it to around the 22, maybe the 23. It's going to be a 2nd down and 5, so a 5-yard gain on the play.
Medina has a 14-0 lead on Cleve Hill. Tom Prince is over in Medina tonight.
Cleveland Hill, they're a team that love to run the ball too.
Medina's got a high-octane offense this year as well. The Mustangs. We have never done a game from Medina. That's the first football game WNY Athletics has done from Medina.
And here we go. Kenmore West breaks the huddle. And Zayat's under center, and it's going to be a give once again, but tackled right away. One of the guys to get there for Jamestown was Joseph Van Giesen, another senior on the Jamestown team.
They might not have gotten anything on that play.
They're ruling it a 3-yard gain.
They are giving it 2 yards. It was 2nd and 5. Now it's 3rd and 3. So that's something. So it's something.
This is manageable for Kenmore West.
I think our sponsors here, Stark Paving and Lakeshore Paving, right here in Jamestown, New York. Thank you very much.
Once again, in that I-type formation is the Blue Devils. And it's a give to Mosley once again, and I believe he got the 1st down. If not, he's going to be very close.
Going to have to see where they marked that, Norm. I think his knee was down at about the 27. I don't know if that would have been enough for the first. We'll have to wait and see. He needed to get to the 28.
It's going to be a 4th down and a yard, according to the referees and the chain gang.
And this could be a situation where Kenmore West may come out and line up to go for it, try to draw Jamestown off sides, and then if that doesn't happen, take a timeout. There's 2:26 left in the first quarter here. It's only a 6-0 game. Jamestown doesn't make a lot of mistakes. Can Kenmore West force them into jumping off sides if they don't, in fact, have the 1st down here? And I don't believe they do. The chains are now on the field.
From what we're seeing, it's a 1st down.
They're giving it to them. Okay, so the Blue Devils are going to have a fresh set of downs here.
Their first down of the game, and that can boost the morale up for the Blue Devils a little bit. Maybe a couple more and then a possible touchdown. Here we go. It's going to be 1st and 10 to the 28-yard line. Kenmore West with a fresh set of downs, and they're going to stick in the same formations they have prior. It's going to be an I-type formation. And it's a bobbled snap on the play, and it looks like the quarterback fell on it. No.
And that's been a problem for the Blue Devils, is exchanges and turnovers and things of that nature. That didn't necessarily happen there, but
looked like Jason Britton fell on the ball.
You don't want to give the Jamestown Red Raiders the ball inside the 30.
They'll take advantage of that 9 times out of 10. Zayats gets back onto the field to call the play for Kenmore West. It's going to be a 2nd and 10, so fortunately that was no gain in the play and not a loss of yardage. Just a little over a minute and a half left in the first. Score still 6-0 in favor of Jamestown. And here's the snap, and it's going to be a toss play and stuffed right away. And it looked like he lost about 2 yards on the play. The give was to Mosley. It's going to be a 3rd down and 12. This is a down where the Blue Devils have to throw the ball. It's going to be a 3rd and 12 as we are about to hit 1 minute left in the first.
I'm looking for the play clock in this field, and I don't see it. Is it just me? Under a minute here. One thing that's missing is the play clock.
It's going to be shotgun formation, 4 wides, man set in motion.
Definitely some movement on the line here, and I don't know if that was Jamestown or Kenmore West, but Jamestown moved for sure.
Let's see what the call is. It's a false start on the Blue Devils, so it's going to be 3rd and 17.
That's not good. The Blue Devils, 3rd and 17. Hey, they were looking at a 3rd and 26 a possession ago. So,
yeah, this is one where they have to throw it. And from what we saw in the 3rd and 26, Zayats has the arm strength to throw it downfield. Let's see what they let him do here. It's going to be a 4-wide set, empty backfield. Man set in motion. It's a fake handoff. Zayats wants to throw. Gets away from the pressure, rolls out to the right. He's just going to scramble, and he gets probably got about back to the line of scrimmage. It's going to be 4th down. 32 seconds left in the first. So far, though, both defenses have been even strength. Jamestown getting their punt return team out on the field. Looks like it's Rojas and Butera, the deep men. It's going to be LeCicero punting. From what we've seen, he's got a lead foot when he kicks the ball. Let's see what he does again. Here's a snap. And that one's a high pop-up, not very deep, and it goes out of bounds. Probably went off the side of his foot.
It looks like that's what happened there, and Jamestown's going to have exceptional field position here.
From what I'm seeing, that's only a 6-yard punt. Probably tried killing the ball and went off the side of his foot.
Well, he's had some really good punts.
Yes, he has.
Earlier, and this time just didn't go the Blue Devils' way, and it looks like Jamestown's going to have the ball at or near the 27.
So a 7-yard punt. And Jamestown with excellent field position. This is a chance for them to extend their lead to 2 scores. This is an advantage that Jamestown, way more often than not, take advantage of. It's going to be a 3-wide set. Butera the back beside Trey Drake. Jones sent in motion, and Butera rolls to the left, wants to throw, shoots it down, and it is incomplete. And that pass was intended for Egansky, but he couldn't quite get a hold of it.
Yeah, Carter Egansky was probably looking towards the end zone and took his eyes off the ball for just a moment there. And, of course, there was a couple of Kenmore West Blue Devils in the area as well. So
probably heard some footsteps, too.
I heard them, and I'm on the way up here. 20 seconds left in the first quarter. Jamestown leads Ken West 6-0.
And that's going to be offsides on Kenmore West from what I saw. Harlan Carney jumped past the line of scrimmage. A little too eager on that play. It's going to be offsides. That's going to be enough for a first down.
So Jamestown moves.
Or I beg your pardon, it's going to be 2nd and 5.
Yeah. Jamestown moves a little bit closer. And there should be at least one more play left in the quarter here.
Let's see what Jamestown does with it. A 3-wide set. Butera the back. Drake in the shotgun formation. And Butera set in motion. Drake wants to throw. And he's going to shoot this near the end zone. That's caught. Touchdown. Touchdown, Elijah Rojas. And that's a 12-0 lead for Jamestown with 14 seconds left in the first.
And he made that look really easy. He put a nice in-out move on Jermaine Atkins to get himself open. Looked like he was heading towards the back of the end zone to the right of the cone, and then he curved back in, and that freed himself up, gave him some separation, and Drake found him wide open. Excellent pass, nice delivery by the young quarterback to find his receiver, and it's a 12-0 football game. I guess we will have more plays in this quarter. It's only 14 seconds, but hey, only 2 scores given up in the first quarter. That's not too bad.
Bad snap, and Drake is going to throw it up for the end zone and picked off out of the air. And in high school, it's not going to be returnable, so that'll be considered a 2-point conversion attempt, and the score is now 12-0. 14 seconds and change left in the first. So Kenmore West with a little bit of advantage with the missed PAT and the mishandle of the snap to the holder on the kick.
Yeah, that's, again, we talked about those points. Norm could come back to haunt you at some point, but
Indeed.
Nevertheless, Jamestown out front of the Blue Devils 12-0. I wish we could get that scoreboard working for you folks. I can't. What are they going to do, fire me?
You're the owner. Jamestown on the field for the kickoff.
They might not subscribe for too long.
Kenmore West down on the field. LeCicero and Atkins are the return men. And Rojas will be putting the toe to the leather, who just scored that touchdown for Jamestown. Jamestown breaks the huddle, and here comes the kickoff.
Thank you for listening. And we've got people in Florida listening. Jeremy Becker's down there. He's a Jamestown alumni grad, I believe, class of 94.
A beautiful kick, and that's caught by LeCicero inside the 10. He gets to the 25-yard line. Yeah, Jeremy Becker not with us tonight, spending time with his family. We hope all is well with you while you're there, and family always comes first.
I'll tell you, that was Jadiel Johnson just waiting for that Ken West return man to fall into his arms. I mean, he ran right into him, and was a nice open field tackle by Johnson there.
Smidge over 7 seconds left in the first 7.1. This is like a basketball clock.
A smidge over 7. I like that.
A smidge over 7 seconds, and Kenmore West breaks the huddle. Let's see what the Blue Devils do on this play. They have relied kind of heavily on Kenneth Mosley on some handoffs. It's going to be a 1st and 10, and it's going to be a keeper on the play, and it's to about the 30-yard line. So about a 4-yard gain as we end the first quarter. Jamestown up 12-0 in their homecoming game here at Strider Field. You're watching this varsity game between the Jamestown Red Raiders and the Kenmore West Blue Devils right here on WNY Athletics. We'll be right back after some words from our sponsors.
300 Level Media is a locally owned and operated multi-purpose media company right here in Western New York. You'll find us everywhere, covering the Bills, Sabres, Buttes, Bisons, Big Four basketball, local college sports, and much more. Our staff offers a variety of media services, from video production, live event coverage, audio broadcasts, professional voiceovers, camera operation, and videography. Visit www.300levelmedia.com or give us a call at 716-427-2600. This is 300 Level Media.
When it's time to sell your home, start with a visit to howardhanna.com, ranked the #1 real estate site for sellers. A few clicks will show you the sales price you can expect for your home. We can get you the most money in the quickest amount of time because we know where the local buyers are and how to reach them. So if it's time to sell your home, visit howardhanna.com today, and we'll match you with a local Howard Hanna agent to sell your home fast.
At Cairo First Wellness, your health and well-being is our passion. Let us take care of you and your family like one of our own.
Cairo First Wellness Center is dedicated to providing patients long-term relief and teaching them how to continue taking care of themselves. With a blend of different techniques, services, and personalized treatment plans, we'll help you find wellness in a way that's
It's going to be a 3rd down and 2 on the play. And a face mask on Jamestown, that's going to be an automatic 1st down. So that could be a momentum shift for Kenmore West on this drive.
Well, Kenmore West is looking for really anything at this point. You're trailing 12-0, 2 scores. The game's not completely out of hand. They haven't exactly been able to move the football, though, and that's the problem.
It's way too early for the Blue Devils to panic. From what we've seen, they're capable to come back from this deficit. Their defense against Jamestown's defense has been pretty even strength.
Blue Devils aren't doing too bad. I mean, they've given up a couple of big plays, obviously, the 2 touchdowns, but
it's going to be a 3rd down and 6 here at the 30.
They're not necessarily being bullied on the line, and that's one spot where I thought Jamestown was really going to have their way with Ken West, but they're not. Kenmore West's defensive line is holding up pretty well so far, despite giving up the 2 touchdowns.
It's going to be a 1st down at the 30 after the penalty. And it's going to be a give on the play and tackled at around the 34. The run was by Kenneth Mosley again. He's been the workhorse for the Blue Devils this first half.
Yeah, Mosley's not doing too bad. You like to see him bounce out to the outside a little bit quicker, maybe.
3-yard gain on the play. 2nd down and 7. That's very manageable for Kenmore West.
Kenmore West brought all the coaches with them today. See Danny Hannon, Brett Bazankins here in the booth up here. I don't know what their jobs are, but they're here.
Kind of looks like an alumni get-together.
It is.
And it's going to be a give once again to Mosley. Crosses the 40 and gets to about the 42-yard line. It'll make it about a 3rd down and 4.
See Johnny Haynes, and I'm sure that's Dave Idzik down there. He's a Kenmore East guy coaching on the Kenmore West staff. There's a Kenmore East guy standing in our booth working for Thumbs Up Video. Give him a shout-out.
It's going to be a 3rd and 4 at the 42. There's been a little more than 1 minute and 10 seconds played in the 2nd quarter of the first half. And Kenmore West will break the huddle. It's going to be an I formation as Zayats takes a snap. And it's a give again to Mosley. and he gets to the 45. He's definitely short of the first down, I would say by about a yard.
But at this spot here, you have to go for it. Kenmore, I think they have to go for it here. And even though it's only a 12-0 game, still early, I think they have to try and bully their way into that first down.
And the way it's looking, they are going to go for it. Personally, I like the decision too. You're down 12-0. On the offensive end, you've been struggling. You got to get the momentum.
Or can they draw them off sides here?
I'd say he's going to keep it. No, it's going to be a give to Mosley again. He's got more than enough for the first down. Breaks it loose to the 40, 35-yard line. That's where he's brought down.
That's not Mosley.
No, that's Jason Britton, number 34.
Big bad Jason Britton. He is a handful.
6 foot, 260 pounds. Battering ram, kind of looked like Mike Allstott on that carry. It's going to be a first down and 10, and they are deep in Jamestown territory right here at the 35. So a golden opportunity here to cut the deficit at least in half.
I thought that was an RV out there rolling downhill. Oh, my goodness.
Get out of the way or get run over. It's going to be a first down and 10.
Give that man the ball again.
And here's a snap, and it's a give to Mosley again, and he will get to the 31, so about a 4-yard gain. One of the guys to bring him down was Damari Jones.
Well, like Demeek Dennis was there. He's just a sophomore, but he's a gutsy player too. He comes out of that UAS program put together by James Mallory and his bunch, so he could play. He's a player.
It's going to be second down and 6. If I'm Kenmore West, I'd maybe get Jamestown on their toes, run a little play-action fake, and throw it down the field.
Well, they don't have Zach Boys any longer, and he was a really good passer. And this young quarterback, Zayats, he's not there yet, but he's getting there. But they do have to try and start maybe airing things out at some point, maybe. They're running the ball pretty effectively right now, though.
It's going to be a give, and to around the 31, around the 27, so about a 4-yard gain.
That's Britton again. I don't know how big of an engine he's got and how long he can go for, but he is a powerful back. Carries a heavy load, man. He can move.
It's going to be a third down and 2. This is another spot where, should they fail, they'll have to go for it. Third down and 2 yards to go, and they are nearing the Jamestown red zone. Zayat's in the I-type formation, and here's a snap. And it's a give this time to Demeek Dennis, and he got the first down and more. Gets it to around the 13-yard line.
Norm, we've seen Jamestown in the last 2 weeks. Nobody's been able to run the ball like this on this defense. So not sure what's going on with the Red Raiders right now, but up the middle seems to be where Kenmore West is having a ton of success running the football.
And they are in the red zone, first and 10 at the 14-yard line as we're about to hit 8 minutes left in the half. And Zayats will be under center once again. And it's going to be an inside handoff and tackled at around the 10-yard line, so a 4-yard gain on the play.
And that's
the
RV. I'm just going to call him the RV. Britton, that's his nickname now.
J.D.O. Johnson was one of the guys in on the tackle for Jamestown. It's going to be a 2nd and 6 at the 10. The running game's working in this formation for Kenmore West. If it ain't broke, don't try to fix it. Getting close to that end zone to cut the deficit in half at the minimum. 2nd and 6 at the 10-yard line, and Kenmore West is also burning a little bit of clock too. It's going to be a toss play to Dennis, looking for somewhere to go, and he gets about 2 yards before he meets a wall of Jamestown defenders.
He changed directions once. Tried to bounce to the outside, and the Red Raiders were there waiting for him, and they're going to make plays too.
7 minutes left in the second quarter. Third down and 4 at the 8. Zayats and the Blue Devils break the huddle.
Key play might have been going for it on that 4th down.
Here we go, and at the 8-yard line, and it looks like it's a give to Britton again. And pounding inside the 5. He's got enough for the first down. He gets it to around the 2 from what I see.
I don't know if he's got enough for the first, does he? If he does, might be just by the nose of that football. Red Raiders haven't given up a touchdown in the first half all season. Of course, this is only our third game in, but still.
This is 3 out of 5 games of the season, and it's enough for the first down, a 5-yard run by Britton. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets the handoff again right here at the 3.
Fresh set of downs in this part of the field for Ken West. This is big.
I do also see they've got Jabari Lee out there, too, as an extra back. Maybe give him the ball once, see what he does with it. And Jamestown calls a timeout with 6:09 left in the half. Jamestown ahead 10-0 over Kenmore West, but the Blue Devils are threatening to score. And with that, we'll be right back after some words from our sponsors.
Call 835-WOLF. Remember, you calling the Wolf. That's all you had to say. Call today.
I love being home.
We realize now more than ever is the perfect time to have the perfect house. We're confident we'll find your dream home. Howard Hanna. Home happens here.
And Kenmore West back out onto the field, first and goal at the 3, with a little over 6 minutes left in the first. By far their best drive of the first half this game.
I'm looking for a microwave in this press box. This coffee's turned into an iced coffee. I'm not a big fan of the iced coffees.
Too bad hand warmers wouldn't work. It's going to be first and goal at the 3. Kenmore West with a chance to cut the deficit down. Jamestown's only allowed 12 points in their first 2 games combined. And Kenmore West with a chance to get a touchdown here to cut the deficit down. It's going to be a 3-back set for Kenmore West. And the give's going to be to Dennis, and he did not get in. I believe he got maybe to the 1-yard line.
He didn't exactly hit that hole the way they wanted him to. Didn't he? Kind of hesitated a little bit too much there, and he really needed to hit that hole with everything he had. He just hesitated a little bit too much there.
So we've got a triple deuce right now, second and goal at the 2-yard line in the second quarter. Kenmore West sniffing that goal line. Let's see if they can get in on this play. Here comes the eye tight Zayats with the snap. And it's a give on that play to Jabari Lee, and the referee's saying he's short of the goal line. It looked like Lee barely broke in, but he's ruled short. Third and goal at the 1. This play, I wouldn't mind seeing Zayats just try to jump with the ball over the goal line. That's a very common play in the goal-to-go situations inside the 1. We're about to hit 5 minutes left in the first half. It's going to be third and goal at the 1. Zayats under center. And it's going to be a give, and that give was to that big fullback, Jason Britton. He's in for the touchdown, who Frank has dubbed the RV, puts 6 on the board for the Blue Devils, and they've cut the deficit in half 12-6 with 4:55 left in the half.
Yeah, and it looks like that is Britton's first touchdown of the year. Heading into this game, it looks, according to the stats, he only had 2 carries coming into this game for 3 yards. But the junior finds the end zone for Kenmore West. It's a 12-6 football game. On Wednesday, I didn't see them attempting any extra points. All I saw them practicing on was going for 2, so it appears that could be what they're doing here.
That's what it's looking like from this angle. And indeed, it will be. Blue Devils will attempt to go to 2 for the 2 and cut the deficit to 4. Tight formation, and it's a give to Lee again, and he's stuffed. The give was actually to Mosley, but he got nailed right away. A wall of Jamestown defenders to stop the 2-point conversion, and things are getting a little chippy on the field, but it gets broken up right away. So 4:55 left in the half. Jamestown now up 12-6.
Well, that's really the first time all season that Jamestown's been kind of punched in the mouth, Norm. And that was an excellent drive. They ran a lot of time off the clock, down to 4:55 left in the half. So kudos to the Blue Devils offense for being able to run that ball as effectively as they were. And again, Norm, that's the first time Jamestown really has been on their heels all season.
Yes.
So does that wake them up? I don't know. You know, when you mow through teams week after week like they have, and you come and you play a team that may have squeaked by their first 2 games of the season, you're going to have a little extra confidence.
Yes.
And, you're 16, 17, 18-year-old kid, and you're looking at across an opponent that may not be playing at the same level you are. It's easy to think, hey, I'm not going to have to ball out today. This is an easy one for us.
Right.
And quickly, they are starting to see that that's not the case. So you may see that Jamestown team we've seen the last 2 weeks real quick. Or maybe Kenmore West is a lot better than what they've shown in those first 2 games. Again, they are 2-0, but those games, the games they won just by a few points combined. So we'll have to wait and see.
It's going to be LaCicero putting the toe to the leather, and it's a squib kick down the middle of the field, and it looks like it's picked up by Jones, gets to the 30 to 35, finds gap to the 40, and he gets tackled past the 45 to the 46. It looked like he'll be stopped. Ball may be out. It's loose.
Ground.
And Kenmore West saying they've got it. And they do, I believe. Yes, Kenmore West football. It's going to be 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line from what we're seeing right here. And this is a big opportunity for the Blue Devils to at least tie the game.
So Kenmore West comes up with a huge special teams play there.
Big Mo swinging in the way of the Blue Devils. And this is a chance right here for them to maybe kill another 4 minutes of clock and get a touchdown. They were very effective with that the last drive. Burnt a little more than 5 minutes. And this time they're at their 48-yard line. Let's see what the Blue Devils do on this one. But a big mistake by Jamestown on that kickoff. And they were set up for really good field position to themselves.
So the Blue Devils offense is back on the field, and what does that mean? The Red Raiders offense is off the field, and that's part of the game plan. Kenmore West wants to keep the Jamestown defense on the field. They don't want to keep looking at Drake and Butera and Rojas and company.
And it's going to be a give once again. Sorry to cut you off, Frank. And goes inside the 45-yard line. So gain of about 7 or 8 yards. Looked like there was to Mosley once again, one of the workhorsemen for the Blue Devils, along with the RV Jason Britton. It's going to be a 2nd down 6, so a 4-yard gain on the run. But with this much time, Kenmore should, once it's in the final 2 minutes, play with a little urgency in the half. But right now they can just relax and keep running the ball, which has been very effective for them in the last drive and now right here. And another give, but stopped right away by Jamestown. D-line plugged up that gap real quick on that play. It's going to be 3rd down, and it's going to be no gain on the run. This could be a down where Kenmore West needs to shift things around a little bit and try to go downfield a little more. Some substitutions coming in, and it looks like it will be an offensive formation change with this. Jamestown hustling downfield to get their defensive substitutions out, and the Blue Devils break the huddle. And it's going to be a 4-wide set. Zayat's in the shotgun formation. Takes a snap, and it's Dennis. He's going to keep it himself, and he gets to around the 40-yard line. First down and more, pushing downfield. And that's going to be a 1st down at around the 32. That's what happens if the whistle doesn't blow. You keep running.
That's exactly what happened. A couple of scores from out of town. Orchard Park is up on Niagara Falls 7-0. Medina 40-0 over Cleve Hill. Jamestown, Ken West 12-6. That's the game you're watching. Newport's up 7-0 on East Aurora. Olean and Depew are tied at 14. And it looks like Orchard Park just went up 14-0 on Niagara Falls. You're watching this one on WNYathletics.com, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube.
And that run was for a gain of 10 yards. So it looks like they're going to give Zayats a breather because they're using, on that formation, they're using Dennis as a wildcat quarterback, so to speak. And it's very effective if it's run right.
He's very fast, very, very quick.
And he's going to be under center again in the shotgun. We might see another jet sweep as a man set in motion, and that's LaCicero. And it's going to be a jet sweep to the left side. Gets it to the 35, and he's going to be brought down at around the 34. So a 2-yard gain on the play as we're about to hit 2 minutes left in the first half.
Didn't get very far and took a lot of hits on that particular run. Shows that he's a tough kid.
It's going to be, it's a 3-yard run on the play. It'll be a 2nd down and 7 as we hit 2 minutes left in the first half. So far, an interesting game between these two teams, and it's been a big battle so far. But the Blue Devils threatening to score here, and the clock's still running, so they're going to need to start hustling a little bit if they want to score again before halftime. Zaitz takes a snap. It's a pitch at Dennis. He wanted to throw, but couldn't find nobody, and he's going to lose a few yards on that play. So it's tackled around the 36. They tried going a little razzle-dazzle, and it backfired.
A little bit of trickery there by Kenmore West. You know, they're trailing 12-6. They've been very effective at running the ball at this point, and this is an experienced Jamestown team. It's probably a play call they probably need to run that right then and there.
From what we see here, it's a loss of 3 yards. It's going to be a 3rd down and 11. This is definitely 4-down territory for the Blue Devils. We're about to hit 1 minute left in the half, and this is where they do have to start throwing the ball. Zaitz takes a snap, and it's a flip over to Dennis again, and he gets to the 35, and that's it. Forward progress will give him only about a 2-yard gain. It's going to be a 4th down and 9.
So Jamestown Red Raiders defense comes up big here on this particular Ken West possession. We'll have to wait and see what they choose to do here on 4th and 11. They are at the Jamestown 37.
Personally, I think it's worth a shot for them to go for it. They recover the fumble. You want to take advantage of that opportunity because with a team like Jamestown, that doesn't really happen super often.
Well, there's also only a minute left, just under a minute in the half here. If you don't get it here, Norm, you're giving them only about 70 yards of field to work with. If you kick the ball, just a short kick, you might end up giving them 80 or 90 or more yards to have to work for. It's in a minute. That's tough to go 90 yards in under a minute. So
well, we'll see what Kenmore West does. But the last punt by LeCicero tried
didn't go too well. No,
off the side of the foot. But it looks like they're really thinking about this. Punting wouldn't be a bad idea. Going for it wouldn't be a bad idea either, but let's see what they do.
Well, he's going to use the entire play clock there, and he's probably going to call a timeout with just a second left so they can put something together there. We'll have to wait and see.
That's a good idea. So 55.1, the smidge over 55 seconds left in the half. It's going to be 4th and 10 at the 36, 12-6 to score in favor of Jamestown. And we will take a short break ourselves. You're watching this varsity high school game between the Jamestown Red Raiders and the Kenmore West Blue Devils here on WNY Athletics. We'll be back after some more words from our sponsors.
300 Level Media is a 300 Level Media is a locally owned and operated multi-purpose media company right here in Western New York. You'll find us everywhere covering the Bills, Sabres, Buttes, Bisons, Big Four basketball, local college sports, and much more. Our staff offers a variety of media services, from video production, live event coverage, audio broadcasts, professional voiceovers, camera operation, and videography. Visit www.300levelmedia.com or give us a call at 716-427-2600. This is
Call 835-WOLF. Remember, you calling the Wolf. That's all you had to say. Call today.
We're about to get back into the action here. 55 and 1 second left in the first half. Jamestown up 12-6. Kenmore West has the ball, a 4th and 10 at the 36, and they're about to go onto the field right now. And from what we're seeing, it looks like they're going to go for it. It's going to be a 3-wide set, and one of the receivers is quarterback Zach Zaitz. Oh, no, it's going to be a punt. So a little trickeration there, and it's a pop-up, and it'll go, looks like around the 16-yard line. So not a bad idea. There are about 83 yards of field for Jamestown.
No, and, this Red Raider offense, by standing on the sidelines waiting for your turn to get back in there, it's a cold night. You're getting cold. You're getting out of your rhythm. That's the main thing. You're getting out of your rhythm. And this offense, that's one of the things they were on. They were doing really well in the first quarter. Obviously, they got the first 2 scores of the game. But now they've been on that sideline. You see the turnover. You see Ken West march down the field and score. It takes a lot out of a team. I don't care how good you are.
Right. And they were out on the sideline for about 20, 25 minutes, unless some of the players were playing defense as well, playing two-way. But here we go. It's going to be a 4-wide set, 2 on each side, and Butera the back beside Drake. Let's see what Jamestown does here. Here's a snap. Drake rolls out to the left, and he wants a throw. Shoots it to the left sideline, caught by Rojas, out of bounds at around the 26. About an 8-9 yard gain on the play.
That'll stop the clock with just about 41 seconds left. Nice pickup there for the Red Raiders.
Oh, it's an 11-yard gain, enough for the first down. We did see last week, Southwestern Fredonia. Southwestern had a 77-yard touchdown late in the first half. It's going to be the same formations before, 2 wides on each side, and Butera the back beside Drake. 1st and 10 to 29. Drake trying to figure out the play. Shotgun formation.
Drake sure doesn't play like a sophomore.
And he will look to throw. He's going to shoot it long. He's got Rojas, and it's caught! And he falls down at around the 31-yard line, so a gain of 40 yards on the play. And here comes an opportunity as Jamestown hurries down the field to get the next snap off.
Rojas has been doing that the last couple of years. I saw Rojas play here 2 years ago in Jamestown, and he was a young guy then, just a sophomore. But we knew that kid was coming, and he's been good since his sophomore year. He's been turning in plays and catches like that. So
that pass was for 42 yards.
Exceptional football player.
33.8 left in the snap, and Drake throws it to the right side of the field. That ball got caught by number 14, Damari Jones. Gets it to around the 20 approximately.
Well, Jamestown's going to take a timeout here, rightfully so.
If you're Kenmore West, you got to have 3-4 defenders, D-backs in the end zone. Give Jamestown the center of the field, but do not give them the sideline.
They'll tighten up right here inside the 20. This is where the Blue Devils defense is going to tighten up quite a bit. You'll get a little more man coverage here on this Jamestown offense. We'll have to see what happens. Jamestown has a short field now.
Yeah.
2nd and 1.
And the good thing for Jamestown is they get the ball to start the second half.
They do. Tom Langworthy, one of the best in the business at coaching a team. He coaches them up, and I'm sure he's got something up his sleeve right now with just 26 seconds left, up by a score. And I'm sure he's looking for Butera or Rojas, or he might be looking for you, Norm. Anyone could play in this offense.
But I'm up here with you in the box calling the game, and I've got no complaints. It's going to be a 2nd and 1 at the 21 once break has been huddled.
We're going to stay here at halftime, too, folks. They're having some kind of ceremony that we're going to hang out for. So
it's going to be homecoming court.
Is that what it is?
It's the homecoming game for the Jamestown Red Raiders. So we'll probably be seeing the king and the queen and the prince and the princess, the baron and the baroness. And
they're making their way. Way out. I could see them down in front of us.
The duke and the duchess. It's almost like a Disney movie. But here we go. 2nd and 1 to the 21-yard line. A 4-wide set. Butera the back. And Drake takes a snap, and he wants to throw. Cocks the arm, and he's going to take off and run to the 20, 15, heads out of bounds at around the 13. He's got enough for the first down, and very good job getting out of bounds and not trying to go for more yardage.
That'll bring the play clock down to 19.6 seconds, but a fresh set of downs for the Red Raiders.
And I like that. Drake didn't try to force a throw. He saw the open field, go for the first down, fighting the sideline. That was an 8-yard run on the play.
Almost looks like he knows what he's doing out there.
Well, he's played quarterback for the varsity team last year, too. And this is going to be a 2-back, 3-wide set. Drake in the shotgun formation. Here's the snap, and he's going to go to the corner of the end zone right here. Looks like it's Rojas, and it's caught! What a catch for a touchdown by Rojas, his 2nd of the game. And he was able to get the feet down before he was able to slide the sideline. In high school, you can have 1 foot down.
They haven't looked to that side of the field throughout that first half. Finally, they do there. They got the matchup they wanted. It was one-on-one coverage out there. And Drake just made an excellent throw. And who else is going to come down with it than Rojas?
Yeah, and it was up high to where only Rojas could catch it. 6'2", very tall for a receiver.
Thought that Gerbeck had very good coverage on that.
Rojas
play.
just made a great catch.
So it's now 18-6.
Jamestown going for 2 to make it a 2-touchdown game.
They are going to go for 2 here. Drake's playing out of his mind as well, especially on this drive. Did a great job.
It's going to be a 4-wide, 1-back set, 2 wides on each side. And Butera set in motion to the opposite end. Here's a snap, and he's going to throw for the other corner, and that is incomplete. That was intended for Rojas, but 18-6 now the score with 14.1 left in the first half. And that's big for Jamestown because prior, what was said. They get the ball to start the second half and a chance to extend the lead even more.
If you're Kenmore West, again, you can look back at that drive you had. You went all the way down the field and a nice rushing touchdown. You look at the turnover. They've made some plays, so they can't exactly go back to the locker room with their heads down. They're still in this game, and we still got a long way to go here.
And Kenmore West, from what we've seen, they can come back from this deficit. Both teams getting ready to get on the field for the kickoff. And if you're Rojas, do what you did the last time, squib the kick.
Jamestown will be heading up to Niagara Wheatfield next week before welcoming the West Seneca West Indians down to Strider Field, and that game is going to be a must-see for that's got playoff implications written all over it. Kenmore West, they will be home against Grand Island on the 24th, and then they will also be home again against the Hamburg Bulldogs to round out the season May 1st.
And from what I'm seeing from their first 2 wins, by a total of 5 points. 2-point win against McKinley on April 3rd, and then last week a 3-pointer against the Lockport Lions. So grand total of 5-point differential for those 2 wins. This one's probably not going to be as tight for comfort unless they're able to pull the comeback, which they're more than capable of doing. But nonetheless, toe to the leather by Rojas, and it's a squib kick down the center of the field, and it's going to be down, and that was recovered by the battering ram, Jason Britton, who scored that touchdown for Kenmore West.
He scored a touchdown. He got them that first down. He was just a beast.
And he had that 35-yard run on the 4th and 1, which swung the momentum their way for the time being. It looks like Kenmore West may take the knee, regroup for halftime, unless they want to try something. Either one doesn't hurt. If you throw a deep ball and it gets picked off, it's not the end of the world. It's deep on Jamestown's end. But I'm anticipating the Blue Devils are going to put the knee to the turf and regroup for the second half. And that's what the Blue Devils are going to do. And as we hit halftime, the score is going to be 18-6 in favor of Jamestown. Viewers at home, stick around as we will have the homecoming court for Jamestown High School presented right here on WNY Athletics. And we'll see you soon for the second half.
300 Level Media is a locally owned and operated multi-purpose media company right here in Western New York. You'll find us everywhere covering the Bills, Sabres, Buttes, Bisons, Big Four basketball, local college sports, and much more. Our staff offers a variety of media services, from video production, live event coverage, audio broadcasts, professional voiceovers, camera operation, and videography. Visit www.300levelmedia.com or give us a call at 716-427-2600. This is 300 Level Media.
When it's time to sell your home, start with a visit to howardhanna.com, ranked the #1 real estate site for sellers. A few clicks will show you the sales price you can expect for your home. We can get you the most money in the quickest amount of time because we know where the local buyers are and how to reach them. So if it's time to sell your home, visit howardhanna.com today, and we'll match you with a local Howard Hanna agent to sell your home fast.
I love being home.
At Cairo First Wellness, your health and well-being is our passion. Let us take care of you and your family like one of our own.
Cairo First Wellness Center is dedicated to providing patients long-term relief and teaching them how to continue taking care of themselves. With a blend of different techniques, services, and personalized treatment plans, we'll help you find wellness in a way that's right for you. Between chiropractic care, spinal decompression, nutritional counseling, massage therapy, custom orthotics, and more, your relief is in our hands. If twisting, popping, and cracking intimidate you, our Pro Adjuster restores the same range of motion as a physical adjustment would with gentle, repeated tapping.
Dr. Mo at Cairo First has been taking care of my back needs for the past 4 years. His staff treats you like family. I've had the traction, I've had the massage done, and every time leave here feeling fresh and brand new.
Cairo First Wellness Center. Your health and well-being. Our passion.
Call 835-WOLF. Remember, you calling the wolf. That's all you had to say. Call today.
Why do you exercise? To look better? To feel better? To drop a few pounds? To train for an event? To defy age? Or to keep your ability to say yes to the things you love to do? Whatever motivates you, G&G Fitness Equipment is here to get you there. Treadmills, ellipticals, rowers, bikes, home gyms, and accessories. We'll pair you with the right equipment, teach you how to use it, and be there every step of your fitness journey. G&G Fitness. Your goal is our goal.
I love being home.
There's nothing better than owning the perfect house to come home to. You've earned it, and we'll make it happen. Our local real estate experts and in-house team of financial professionals make buying or selling your home simple. Howard Hanna. Home happens here.
I love being home.
Logistics Plus is a global transportation provider headquartered in Erie, PA, with locations worldwide, including right here in Western New York. Logistics Plus is consistently recognized as a fast-growing transportation and logistics company, great supply chain partner, top freight broker, leading project cargo manager, and a great place to work. With a strong passion for excellence, our 500-plus employees put the plus in logistics. Call our Buffalo office today for an efficient, personal approach for all of your transportation needs. WNYathletics.com is the premier high school sports website in Western New York, providing the best sports coverage of Section 6 and Monsignor Martin leagues. Check out our page for daily game recaps and late-breaking sports news. Our online scoreboards are updated in real time. Never miss a goal or touchdown. Visit WNYathletics.com today or follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, and subscribe to our YouTube.
300 Level Media is a locally owned and operated multi-purpose media company right here in Western New York. You'll find us everywhere covering the Bills, Sabres, Buttes, Bisons, Big Four basketball, local college sports, and much more. Our staff offers a variety of media services, from video production, live event coverage, audio broadcasts, professional voiceovers, camera operation, and videography. Visit www.300levelmedia.com or give us a call at 716-427-2600. This is 300 Level Media.
When it's time to sell your home, start with a visit to howardhanna.com, ranked the #1 real estate site for sellers. A few clicks will show you the sales price you can expect for your home. We can get you the most money in the quickest amount of time because we know where the local buyers are and how to reach them. So if it's time to sell your home, visit howardhanna.com today, and we'll match you with a local Howard Hanna agent to sell your home fast.
I love being home.
At Cairo First Wellness, your health and well-being is our passion. Let us take care of you and your family like one of our own.
Cairo First Wellness Center is dedicated to providing patients long-term relief and teaching them how to continue taking care of themselves. With a blend of different techniques, services, and personalized treatment plans, we'll help you find wellness in a way that's right for you. Between chiropractic care, spinal decompression, nutritional counseling, massage therapy, custom orthotics, and more, your relief is in our hands. If twisting, popping, and cracking intimidate you, our Pro Adjuster restores the same range of motion as a physical adjustment would with gentle, repeated tapping.
Dr. Mo at Cairo First has been taking care of my back needs for the past 4 years. His staff treats you like family. I've had the traction, I've had the massage done, and every time leave here feeling fresh and brand new.
Cairo First Wellness Center. Your health and well-being. Our passion.
Call 835-WOLF. Remember, you calling the wolf. That's all you had to say. Call today.
Why do you exercise? To look better? To feel better? To drop a few pounds? To train for an event? To defy age? Or to keep your ability to say yes to the things you love to do? Whatever motivates you, G&G Fitness Equipment is here to get you there. Treadmills, ellipticals, rowers, bikes, home gyms, and accessories. We'll pair you with the right equipment, teach you how to use it, and be there every step of your fitness journey. G&G Fitness. Your goal is our goal.
I love
There's nothing better than owning the perfect house to come home to. You've earned it, and we'll make it happen. Our local real estate experts and in-house team of financial professionals make buying or selling your home simple. Howard Hanna. Home happens here.
I love being home.
Logistics Plus is a global transportation provider headquartered in Erie, PA, with locations worldwide, including right here in West.
Folks, we are still waiting for this ceremony to begin. Not exactly sure when that will start, but we will stay right here. We don't want to miss anything. There's only 7 minutes left in the half. They haven't necessarily begun the halftime festivities just yet, but we will wait here until the show begins. We're not going to leave you here, folks. Folks, while we are waiting for the ceremony to begin, I'll give you some out-of-town scores. Out-of-town, I'm in Jamestown. It's not like this is happening in Chicago or Louisiana or another state. But the halftime scores from around Section 6 high school football. Orchard Park up in front, Niagara Falls 21-0. Iroquois up on Cheektowaga 25-0. Jamestown, Kenmore West, obviously 18-6, the game you're watching here. Oleans out in front 28-14 on Frontier, and Clarence leads 21-0 over Frontier, and this is Frontier was heading into that game at 2-0. So Frontier losing at Clarence 21-0.
Who's co-secretary of Jamestown High School's Student Council. Here you go, Jenna.
Good evening. Good evening, and welcome to the JHS 2021 Senior Night and Homecoming Football Game. On behalf of the student organization and senior class, we would like to welcome you to Strider Field. It is such an unprecedented year, and we wish all of our alumni and current students could join us in celebrating our spring homecoming tonight. We are welcoming your support from afar and hope you continue to support our great alma mater. Now we would like to introduce to you this year's homecoming court. Our first queen candidate is Madison Smith, daughter of Mark Smith and Cindy Torres. She is escorted by king candidate John Carlson, son of Stephen and Sheila Carlson. Patricia and Bill Hall. She is escorted by King candidate Stephen Dewey, son of Heather Parkhurst and Larry Dewey. Our third queen candidate is Bella DiDomenico, daughter of Janine and Robert Anderson. She is escorted by king candidate Spencer Trout, son of John and Sherry Trout. Our fourth queen candidate is Quintasia Leeper, daughter of Donna Lines and Quinton Leeper. She is escorted by king candidate Drew Carlson, son of Dusty and Christy Carlson. Our fifth candidate is Gia Slaughter, daughter of Lorena Berry and Gerald Slaughter. She is escorted by king candidate Tay Rice, son of Christina Lewis. Our sixth queen candidate is Olivia Pincharo, daughter of Rich and Kim Pincharo. She is escorted by king candidate Ryan Malarkey, son of Henry and Kim Malarkey. Our seventh candidate is Stephanie Bariso, daughter of Jewel Young. She is escorted by king candidate Damari Jones, son of Jacqueline Jones. Our eighth queen candidate is Jalissa Navarro, daughter of Martha Navarro. She is escorted by king candidate Chris Navarro, son of Mike and Heidi Navarro. Before we announce this year's winners, we would like to thank all who have helped in this year's homecoming, including our class advisors, Mrs. Anderson and Mrs. Miley, as well as student organization advisor, Mr. Goals. We also want to thank our assistant principals, Mr. Langworthy and Ms. Smith, and our principal, Mr. Williams. Unfortunately, this year, our king and queen will not be celebrated at the homecoming dance. In lieu of the dance celebration, we would like our winners to accept a gift. This year's king and queen will receive 2 tickets to the National Comedy Center. And now, the moment you have all been waiting for, the crowning of this year's winners. This year's homecoming king is Damari Jones. And the homecoming queen for 2020-2021 is Jalissa Navarro. Congratulations to the entire court. Thank you.
Sorry if I'm about to hit you. Thank you, sir. Sir.
Call 835-WOLF. Remember, you call on the wolf, That's all you had to say. Call today.
I love being home.
We realize now more than ever is the perfect time to have the perfect house. We're confident we'll find your dream home. Howard Hanna. Home happens here.
And we're about to start the second half here in about a minute's time. The score 18-6 in favor of Jamestown, and they're going to get the ball to start the second half, and it's going to be a little challenging this time from waiting outside to retrieve the headset. A little precipitation starting to come from the sky.
Well, Ken West, they've shown that they can run the ball. Jamestown's shown that they can run the ball and throw the ball. So
Yes.
it doesn't matter what the conditions are going to be. We know Jamestown can handle it. Ken West has not been able to show that they can throw the ball just yet. And they're down by 2 scores right now. And Jamestown's about to receive the opening kick for the second half. So
and that's a double-edged sword of the coin toss. You want to receive the ball first, and if you're down, you're kicking it away.
yeah, one of the things that Kenmore West has done that's been good, besides running, has been able to they've been good defensively. You know, that last possession for Jamestown, they were able to march down quickly and with less than a minute to go. A couple of nice passes by Drake really opened up the field for them and got them down inside the 20. And from there, it was a couple of runs. Nice run by Drake to pick up a first down. And then they had the man coverage they wanted on the far side of the field. He hits Rojas for the touchdown, and that's where we are, 18-6.
And Rojas had that 42-yard catch, too.
Wouldn't be surprised to see some kind of trickery here out of Kenmore West.
Wouldn't be a bad idea. Well, here comes the kick, and it's a squibber down the right side of the field and bobbled around, and
Look
still
at that.
loose. It's still loose. Let's see who's got it.
Jamestown's calling for it.
Let's see what the
We'll have to
referees
wait and
indicate.
see.
We're waiting for the indication from the referee, and
Looks like it will remain Jamestown's ball, but that is the kind of play that can really change momentum here. And Kenmore West going out there looking to make a nice splash to open up the second half. I don't know if that's not necessarily trickery, but that's a very short squib kick that could create problems for Jamestown, and it did, and it almost resulted in a turnover. And if it did, Kenmore West has the ball inside the 35-yard line.
Yeah.
But Jamestown, offense gets back to work here, Norm, in the second half. They've been a lot of fun to watch this year.
They're the 34-yard line to start off the second half. It's going to be a 3-wide set, 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Drake in the shotgun. And the 2 backs are Butera and Jones, who was named homecoming king for JHS during the halftime. And he gets the handoff right here, and he breaks away on a spin, and he's got the first down, I believe. If not, he might be a yard short, but still a very great run.
I thought it was Jones named homecoming king.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay. It was Jones.
Yes.
All right. He's having a big night.
Oh, and that's enough for a first down, so 10 yards on the dot, and that's going to be enough for a Jamestown first down. And this is something where if Jamestown can burn a little clock and score a touchdown, Kenmore West is going to need to start putting the foot on the gas. But let's see what they do with this drive for right now. It's going to be a 4-wide set, stacked on each side. Butera, the only back. And a man set in motion that was Navarro. And it's going to be a give on the play, and that's Butera, and he gets about a yard and a half. One of the guys to bring him down for Kenmore West was Patrick Gerbeck.
They've actually done a pretty decent job containing Butera. You can't contain everybody, but at least with Butera, he's one of the guys that hasn't killed them. He had a really good first drive. He received a couple of handoffs there, a couple of nice plays early, but since then, the Blue Devils have done a decent job containing Butera, and that's not an easy task by any stretch.
I do see Gansky's on the field again for Jamestown. This could be a pass play here. And it will be. It's going to be a rollout to the right and pass, and that's going to be caught by Rojas. Breaks it into midfield and gets into Kenmore West territory. About a gain of 6 yards on the play. It's going to be third down. It's going to be third and short. Third down and 2.
Your eyes are way better than mine, Norm. I couldn't tell who that was on the far side of the field.
It's going to be third and 2 here for Jamestown. And it's going to be a shotgun here. And here's a snap, and it's going to go directly to Jones. And from where he got there, it looked like probably got back to the line of scrimmage. It's not going to be a first down. But let's see what Jamestown does on this. Do they punt, or do they try to jump the Blue Devils offside?
They're definitely going to try and get him to jump off sides, but they will end up going for it here on this side of the field, Norm. I have to believe.
The aggressiveness is key to winning ball games, and risks are mandatory, and this is one of those times. It's going to be a 4th and 2. And once again, it's going to be Jones and Butera the backs. And 2 wide receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Looks like Jamestown's just trying to make the D jump, but Blue Devils are staying disciplined. And we have a whistle here. It's going to be a timeout by Jamestown. So once again, 4th and 2 at the 48-yard line of Kenmore West. Let's see what the Red Raiders will do after this huddle right here.
I think they're going to try. I think what you will see is the running back on the next play, Jones. He's been very successful this season, especially in these situations. So I have a feeling you'll see Jones on the next play. Of course, he's been perfect throwing the ball for the most part. I don't think he's got an incompletion.
Yes, he does.
Okay.
There was one that was thrown to Egansky that he couldn't quite get a hold of. That was in the first quarter.
Go. But he's been on target. That's
yes.
The main thing. He's been on target.
And should they choose to punt the ball, though, Rojas has a lead foot. He can boot it and pin the Blue Devils deep. If he can do a coffin corner kick, should they do that, there's no reason why Kenmore West can't be pinned at least at their 15.
Or can Jamestown draw them off sides here and get an easy first down? It's only 4th and 2.
I'm thinking it's the third thing. I'm thinking they're going to try and make the Blue Devils jump, and should not work after a couple of hard counts. Maybe give the ball to Butera, maybe give it to Jones. Butera's due to break off another run. He's been contained for the most part since the first drive of the first quarter, like you've mentioned. But Jamestown's really having a deep discussion here on what they want to do. Kenmore West is ready. They're out there saying, let's go.
This is almost as long as the halftime show this time out.
Almost like the long trailer for any Lucille Ball fans who's from Jamestown. But here come the Jamestown Red Raiders on the field, and it looks like they're going to go for it here. Unless it's a take 2 of trying to make the Blue Devils jump. They were unsuccessful the last time before the timeout, but let's see what happens here. It's going to be a 3-wide set and 2 backs, and it's a foul snap, and Kenmore West is going to have great field position. I don't know about that. And that was a catchable snap, and Drake just couldn't hold on to it.
That was just a bad snap on part of Jamestown there. They don't make a lot of mistakes, but that's a tough one to take at that point in this ball game. 9:18 to go, third quarter. They are still up 2 scores. Kenmore West going to have excellent field position here. They don't have to go for it all right. Norm, they can take another very calculated drive here, eat up some of that clock, continue riding those horses that they used on their scoring drive.
And the main one was Jason Britton. Britton, to me, like I said, he was looking like Mike Allstott every time he was getting the ball, and it goes to him right here, and he gets it to about the 47, maybe the 46.
I think you'll see Demick Dennis come in and continue running that Wildcat offense. Nope, Demick stays on the sideline.
A 2-yard gain on the run. And this is a good thing here. It's still the third quarter, and the Blue Devils don't have to worry about being fast calling the plays as of yet. It's too early for them to panic. The second half's barely started, and they've got great field position here to start their offensive second half. And it's a give once again to Mosley, and looks like he may have gotten back to the line. It's going to be a 3rd down and 8, and this is one where I think you may have to try putting this in the air.
They haven't been successful throwing the ball this game. No time like the present to start getting that passing game going, but if I know the Blue Devils, they're going to run that ball again here.
Even though the pass game hasn't worked, why not give it a shot? They're probably going to have to at some point in the game, but looks like it's going to be a handoff again, and it looks like it was to Mosley again, to around the 45 to stopped at around the 44, 43, so it'll at least be a 4th and 5, maybe a 4th and 4, and this is where you got to go for it.
Yeah, they didn't need to pick up all 7 yards right then and there. If they could have got 5, 6 there, that made this fourth and whatever a little more attainable. But still 4th and 5. They could draw Jamestown off sides here.
And it'd be enough for a first down.
Enough for the first. So we'll have to wait and see what the offense goes with on this play.
It looks like they may be setting up for a punt here. They do have the punter. Oh, jumped offside. And that offside was by number 92. That was Elijah Pagan Medina. And that's going to be a first down for Kenmore West. So what a job by them to make one of the defensive linemen cross over the neutral zone.
That's what happens.
Sometimes that hard count, the hard hut, you jump. It's very normal. You try to anticipate and guess a snap count, and then you get that yellow cloth thrown at you.
Ken West with a fresh set of downs here.
And this could be big right here. It's going to be a first down 10 to 39. And it's another handoff, and around the 37-yard line, about a gain of 2 on the play.
Get tripped up right at the line of scrimmage, but fell forward. That's a big body.
It looked like, once again, that was a carry by Britton. So 1 yard on the play.
Another guy in that line, number 50, Evan Davey, a junior. He's 6'4", 260. Andrew Burgess, number 52, another 6'40", 330 guy.
And he's a junior. 6'1", 280, Harlan Carney. They've got a big O-line, which is a great advantage to have. And it's going to be a give to Mosley and around the 35-yard line, maybe the 34. So it'll be a 3rd down about 5. 3rd and manageable.
Got talking with one of the assistant coaches on the Blue Devil coaching staff, Danny Hannon. He heads up or works with that modified team with Brett Pazankin. They did a fine job. They got a big win yesterday.
It's going to be a 3rd and 5 at the 34. And this right here would be 4-down territory once again for the Blue Devils. It's going to be that I-type formation, and the Blue Devils have had success with it, and it's going to be a give to Mosley again, and he gets plugged up straight away. Maybe got back to the line, maybe a yard at the most. From what we're seeing here, it's going to be no gain, so it's 4th and 5 at the 34. The Blue Devils were successful making a guy jump on a 4th and 5. Let's see if they can do it again. .539 left in counting, and the Blue Devils slowly but surely getting down the field, looking to cut the deficit down a little bit tighter. Zayats gets the play, and he relays it all to his offense. And the Blue Devils break the huddle. 4th and 5 at the 34. Once again, that I-type formation. It looks like Zayats wants the Jamestown Red Raiders defense to jump again. And it's going to be a timeout. Timeout by Kenmore West. This time, Jamestown didn't jump. So 5:05 left in the 3rd. And the score still 18-6 in favor of Jamestown.
All the way down at the 34 yesterday, as I was mentioning, the modified team for Kenmore West got a big 19-0 win over Niagara Wheatfield. Charlie Benz, 3 rushing touchdowns. Aiden O'Malley had over 100 yards rushing, and Jack Johnson led the way at QB. Congratulations to the young Blue Devils.
And the Blue Devils players are for the varsity team back out in the field, so they figured out what they want to do. I'm definitely going to anticipate there's going to be a snap given on this play.
You sure about that?
Well, if you're not successful this time, getting them to jump, you gotta take that risk.
Norman, I'm gonna have a little fun with you. Storm and Norman, baby.
That's a nickname I've had since I was a kid, so that's nothing new.
That's all right.
Storm and Norman in the morning, but that's
number
nighttime.
54 out there for Kenmore West on the line. Charles Marzak, another junior, doing a very good job.
That's a
on the
fake
left side.
handoff. He wants a throw, and that's caught by the fullback. Gets to the 35. He's got enough for the first down to the 30, and he's stiff-arming defenders, and he gets knocked out of bounds at the 21. So Britton's showing he can catch a pass, too. And what a job by Kenmore West to fake Jamestown off their shoes. They made the defensive line over-pursue to the right, and he was able to get the pass off to the left.
That's a football player right there, big 34. And Butera had a tough time bringing him down. And he got, you know what, Norm? That tackle was out of bounds, so that could have been you could have seen a flag thrown there. I'm glad there wasn't.
No, I don't believe it. I believe it was incidental from seeing that.
Most likely was. That's why I'm glad there wasn't a penalty, but that was close.
Yeah, 6'2", 192 against 6'2", 260 on that one. And that's a give to Dennis. He swings it over to the right side, but it's red right away. And the guy to bring him down, from what I see, it looked like it was number 54, Joey Delgado.
I believe that was Cameron Mays.
Or Cameron Mays, number 34.
I haven't seen him out too much. But Demig was trying to get to the outside, and it looks like he had time to get there, but out of nowhere, Mays came out of the clouds and just buried him.
So that play resulted in a loss of a yard. 2nd and 11 to 23, under 4 minutes left in the third. And the Blue Devils break the huddle.
Pioneer leads West Seneca East 22-6 in a Class B matchup.
And a fake handoff. Zayats wants to throw again. Shoots it to the right side of the field. Incomplete. And that pass was intended for Noah Michael, a receiver linebacker combo. 6'4", 220.
It's Kenmore West keeping Jamestown's defense honest there.
And keeping them on their toes, too. Once again, 4-down territory here, right here, should this be the case. It's going to be 3rd and 11.
And that's what they wanted. They had the right coverage there. They had the open man just a little off target. Winds died down a little bit here, Norm.
Yeah, it has. But a beautiful night.
Easy for us to say. We're behind the glass.
A 4 wide receiver set, and here's a snap. Zayats wants to throw. Throws to the right side of the field. That's complete. And to the 15, and that's it. So it's going to be a 4th down, about 3 yards. The ball was caught by Jermaine Atkins.
Atkins got some speed. Just a sophomore, but he is 6 feet, 180.
And this is 4th and manageable right here. 4th and 3 to 15. So this is a golden opportunity right here for the Blue Devils.
I haven't seen a lot of Mosley. He's out there in the backfield. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets another crack at the can here. I saw them using him quite a bit in Wednesday's practice.
Probably wanted to use Britton as well because a lot of the defenders on Jamestown, they've got like the size disadvantage compared to their offensive linemen. But here we go. Zayats wants to take it through the air, rolls to the left, shoots it for the end zone, and oh no, it's caught! Breaks the tackle and into the end zone for a touchdown. That is Patrick Gerbeck. Made the catch for the first down, did an inside cut to avoid a defender, and walked into the end zone.
Great job by the offensive line, too. Buying Zayats the time he needed to make that throw to find his receiver. Looks like he was going to look off to Mosley to his left. Mosley was covered pretty well. Looks at Gerbeck, the captain, gets a big touchdown. It's 18-12 with 2:38 left to go in the third quarter.
And we may see a 2-point conversion here again. They tried it the last time and were unsuccessful on it. And this is, here's an unusual formation. All the linemen on the left side. It might be a lob to the corner. No, it's a fake, and it's thrown in the air and incomplete. Kind of similar to like the Miami Dolphins play on the field goal attempt where the punter takes a snap and throws it, but that one was executed unsuccessfully. 18-12 to score, 2:38 left in the third as Jamestown gets ready to get the ball back.
It's a play I saw them run a couple of times on Wednesday, that formation in particular. But every time I saw the quarterback take off on that. I don't think they had that. That's not the play I saw drawn up at practice on Wednesday.
But let's see what Kenmore West does. Do they kick it deep? Do they squib it again? Or do they try to keep Jamestown like on their feet and try the onside. Let's see what happens. This one, nowhere near the first 2 games for Jamestown. This one is a game where it's a lot tighter. It's now a 1-possession game, 18-12, as both teams get out on the field for the kickoff. Drake getting ready on the sidelines, warming up his arm. Kicking it off will be LaCicero. One of the deep men for Jamestown's Butera. And Kenmore West breaks the huddle and with the scheme getting ready to go. Let's see what they do. Looks like it's going to be a deep kick formation, and here's comes the boot. And it's a squibber on the left side of the field and recovered and knocked behind the scrimmage line of catching the ball is Rojas.
And that's Gerbeck in on the special teams tackle there. He made the initial hit, I should say, so he gets the big touchdown, and now he has a nice play there on special teams. So that Kenmore West sideline right now is ecstatic. They're jumping up and down, and they're in this game, I'll tell you. They didn't come all this way to lose. They saw what happened to Hamburg. They saw what happened to Grand Island. They had a nice film session going on Wednesday night. They had another good film session Thursday. These guys are paying attention.
And this is one where Jamestown has to get points on the board. If they don't, the momentum's kind of swinging towards the Blue Devils. They punt the ball away. Blue Devils could tie this game if not take the lead.
This is a quick strike offense too, Norm. The problem, they're spending too much time on the sideline and not enough time on the field.
And that's a smart strategy by the Blue Devils as Jamestown's in a 4-wide set. Butera in motion, and here's the snap. Drake will throw a swing pass over on the screen to Butera. He finds a gap 40, 45 to midfield, makes a man miss, and he could be gone, and I believe he is gone. That's going to be a touchdown for Jamestown, and that is a play the Red Raiders needed, and they're back up by 12 points, 24-12. No flags on the play. That's a 67-yard touchdown pass to Butera.
67-yard touchdown. We told you they were a quick strike offense, and that's all it took was one play for this Red Raider offense to double that lead. 24-12 now in front of Kenmore West, and that is it. That's a kick in the gut type play there.
And that was a play Butera needed, too, because he's been contained for most of the game. It's on the receiving end, but he'll happily take it, a 67-yard touchdown catch. And it looks like they're going to go for 2 to make it a 2-touchdown game.
We'll have to see how Ken West responds. Full quarter and 2 minutes to play here, Norm. So a long way to go for the Blue Devils, but for Jamestown, that's exactly the kind of big play you were looking for.
And here comes a 2-point conversion try. 3 receivers set, 1 to the left, 2 to the right, and Butera and Jones are the backs. Here's the snap, and Drake will go to the corner of the end zone, and it's caught. 2-point conversion is good. That was caught by Damari Jones, and now make it a 2-touchdown lead, 26-12. 2:19 left in the third quarter.
Damari Jones and Jalen Butera and Trey Drake, they don't just get it done on the hardwood. They also get it done on the turf. Those 3 guys, they could play basketball. They could play football. And it's tough to see what these guys can't get done.
And that was a score Jamestown badly needed. Kenmore West was able to cut the deficit, and Jamestown able to counterattack it. Now Kenmore West needs to get another score on this one right here.
If they want to keep up the pace with the Red Raiders, you're not kidding, Norm. They're going to have to go on a nice long drive here, take down some of that clock, but of course put points on the board.
Yes.
Nonetheless. And they showed on that last drive that they could do that. They had, again, a short field to work with, but they completed passes. They had nice runs. They picked up first downs, ultimately got the touchdown. So we know they can pass now.
Yes.
We know they can throw. We know they can run. And they had been playing very good defense for the most part.
And this is one of those times where burning the clock may not be an option anymore. It's a 2-touchdown deficit and not a lot of time left in the third. Yes, there's still the full fourth quarter, but you don't want to burn too much time when you're down by 2 scores. But here comes the kickoff by Rojas, and that kickoff is to the right side of the field, and that is fielded by Atkins. He gets to the 20. No, excuse me, that's by Evans, and he gets it to around the 33-yard line. So 2:13 left in the third, and it's 26-12 in favor of Jamestown, and the Blue Devils offense back out onto the field.
we'll have to see if they go back to that Wildcat offense, if they use more of that Britain, who can also catch the ball.
Dual threat running backs are very common these days. Not only can you run the ball, you also have to be able to catch it. But let's see what the Blue Devils will do here as Zaitz goes out to call the play.
What's crazy is this is supposed to be baseball weather.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This is the time of year when we play baseball in high school.
Well, the last year and a half has been something Stephen King could write about.
I hope he doesn't. I
Well,
don't want
you
to
never
remember.
know.
I don't want to be reading about this. I don't want to remember this.
Well, here comes Zaitz with the snap, and that is a give to Britton. And he gets it to about the 37, 38-yard line. So about a gain of 4 yards as we hit 2 minutes left in the third. It's going to be a 2nd and 5, so a 5-yard run on the play. Jamestown's defense is ready, and the Blue Devils are about to break the huddle. Under 2 minutes left, $1:41 to be exact. Zaitz takes a snap, and it's another handoff and a crossing the 40, and enough for the first down and more to around the 45-yard line. And that should be enough for a first down.
And now Jamestown's, they're just jamming up that box. They're putting all 8 men in there.
So a 7-yard run on the play, under 90 seconds left in the third. And Zaitz back on the field to call the play for Kenmore West.
And that was just strength on strength there. Ken West, Jamestown knew they were going to run it. Jamestown was ready for the run, and Kenmore West just took the yardage they needed for the first down. They moved the sticks. Clock's running, trailing 26-12. This has been a very good football game.
And it's another handoff. It looks like that one is to Mosley, and he's able to get back to the line, maybe get a yard on the play. It's going to be ruled as a 3-yard run, 2nd and 7.
Now under a minute here in the third quarter. Give a shout out to Scott Kinberg. I see him over there from the Post-Journal. Sean Kilmartin on camera has done an excellent job.
And it's going to be a 2nd and 7 for the Blue Devils, and it's going to be a give to Britton again. And he gets it maybe to the 49. So about a 1-yard gain as we have less than 30 seconds left in the third. Let's see if Kenmore West wants to run one more play before the end of the third. They're at midfield, so it's going to be a 3rd and 6. And from what I'm seeing, it does look like they either may want to run a play quick or just let the clock run. Looks like Kenmore West wanted them to surprise Jamestown. And it's a snap. That play's going to be run. Zaitz wants to throw. Throws it to the opposite end. That pass is caught by Evans. Makes a man miss. Gets to the 45 to about the 43. But there's a flag on the play.
There is a flag on the play. It's in the secondary. Jamestown seems to think that's going against Kenmore West. We'll have to wait and see. Officials are talking about it at midfield right now.
Usually around there, it's either a clipping or an illegal man down. Oh, it's a chop block. Chop block on Kenmore West as we end the third quarter. Score 26-12 in favor of the Jamestown Red Raiders. And that's the game you're watching between them and the Kenmore West Blue Devils right here on WNY Athletics. We'll be right back after some words from our sponsors.
I love being home.
We realize now more than ever is the perfect time to have the perfect house. We're confident we'll find your dream home. Howard Hanna. Home happens here.
Back at Strider Field in beautiful Jamestown, New York. And as I'll tell you again, Norm, this is the mecca of high school football arenas. This is like the Roman Coliseum, if you ask me. I don't think there's a better place to see a game on a Friday night than right here in Jamestown. Where else would you rather be than right here, right now? It's a 26-12 football game. Jamestown in control. Kenmore West looking at 3rd and 11. Ball spot on the Jamestown 40. No, they're going to move it back to the Kenmore West 45 after the
Yes.
penalty, the chop block. After a nice gain, nice play
Yeah,
there.
about 7-yard play. And here's another Marv Levy quote for you that Jamestown should use right now. When it's too tough for them, it's just right for us.
Sean was trying to get into the. I don't know what Sean had there. He had a joke for us, I think.
Here's the joke of the night, brought to you by WNY Athletics. Well, I'm in my late 20s now. This is a Microsoft Windows thing.
Back to the broadcast.
Yes.
Back to the broadcast.
Yes.
Thank you for watching. I know that the video's a little bit choppy for you at home. We're not 100% sure why that is. We have great signal down here at Jamestown tonight. We'll take a look at our equipment. We'll have to do an assessment tomorrow and see why it is lagging, why it's jumping a little bit there. I couldn't tell you why.
But the Jamestown players back out in the field. And fourth quarter now, and we've talked about this a couple of times, this is one of those things where you can't afford to be burning a lot of clock doing the tight formations and handing it off. You're down by 2 touchdowns. If it was a 1-touchdown deficit, then more power to them. But this is a 2-touchdown, and Zeitz is in the shotgun and wants to throw. And looking, cocks the arm, pulls up downfield, and incomplete. And a right call of no pass interference. The receiver fell on his own. That was LaCicero. He wanted the flag, but rightfully so, no call.
Just got caught up in somebody's feet there. Easy non-call by the officials. But Zayats, look at the time he had to throw that ball. He didn't have that time in the first quarter. Now he's got some time. So that offensive line for Ken West has gotten a little bit better. And he had a couple different looks there. He 2 pump fakes.
Yeah.
I counted.
I counted 2 also. It's 4th and 11 at the 45. Let's see what the Blue Devils do here. I do see LaCicero as a receiver, so it will not be a punt. It's going to be a trips left, 1 receiver right. Zayats wants to throw. Shoots it down the field. That is incomplete. The pass was intended for Jermaine Adkins and turned the ball over on downs, and Jamestown possibly with a chance to put the dagger in it.
Yeah, I mean, with 11:48 to go, 2 scores. It's an uphill battle for sure for the Blue Devils. And now Jamestown's looking at great field possession here.
And what Jamestown should do is they should do what Kenmore West was doing. Burn about 3-4 minutes off the clock. You don't got to worry about throwing it downfield right away. Just give the ball to Butera. Give that ball over to Damari Jones. Let them do their thing. But here comes the Jamestown offense back on the field. It's going to be a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line of Kenmore West. So terrific field position. It's going to be a 2-back, 2-wide set. Drake in the shotgun formation. Let's see what Jamestown does with it. And it's a snap, and it's going to be a give to Butero. He'll swing it over to the right side, gets to the back of the line of scrimmage to the 40, and he's brought down at around the 38-yard line. One of the guys to bring him down was number 44, Ryan Galligan.
Slow getting up there for number 24, Sal Morgan.
That was a 7-yard gain on the run, so 2nd down and 3. And we do see Markel Carter coming into the game. It's going to be a 2nd and 3 as we're about to have 1 minute played in the final quarter. Once again, shotgun formation. Drake calling the signals, waiting for the snap, takes it, and it's a give to Carter, and he runs the middle of the field. He's got enough for the 1st down. Got about 6 yards on the play. Needed 3. Don't need a lot, you just need enough. So that'll be a 1st down. Move the chains for the Red Raiders.
That's what you want. Now you just want to keep moving the chains, getting 1st downs, keeping the ground and pound going. Hasn't failed Jamestown yet this season.
And Drake gets the call from Langworthy. And it's going to be a 3-wide, 2-back set. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Here's the snap, and Drake wants to throw. He's going to shoot this one downfield for Rojas. Incomplete. A little bit too far. That probably would have been a tricky one for Rojas to catch anyway with those 2 defenders on him.
Good coverage there by LaCicero and Atkins.
It's going to be 2nd and 10 at the 32. 10:21 left in regulation.
They were step for step with Rojas on that particular play. But that ball was put in a place where only Rojas can get to it. So it was a perfectly thrown
Yes.
ball. They didn't get the completion. Would have been a for sure touchdown if Rojas could have got there, but it was a good coverage there by the Blue Devils. And a nice throw there by the quarterback. Just had a little bit too much on that. Too much mustard on it.
A 4-wide set, and Butera set in motion. Drake takes a snap, fakes the throw to Butera. He's going to go long again, and it's incomplete. Jamestown wanted a late hit penalty, and the pass was intended for Colin Melendez. We don't see a flag on the play. They wanted a helmet-to-helmet hit or a hit on the defenseless receiver, but no flag.
Looked to me like two players just running into each other more than anything. I don't think there was anything intentional there. If I saw a flag, I wouldn't have argued with you, but it looked like more than anything it was just two players running after a place on the field, and they came together and non-call by the official there.
I believe that's a good no call. And if Kenmore West can stop Jamestown here, this could be an opportunity for them to cut it back down to one score, but they still got 2 more plays because this could be 4-down territory right here for Jamestown.
This is 4-down territory for Jamestown, without a doubt.
Drake takes a shotgun snap, and he's going to throw it to Rojas. Incomplete. So 3 incompletions. I have to question that. I don't know why they didn't run one of the last 3 plays to burn down at least another 30 seconds.
Well,
I like the aggressiveness, but
that's why we're up here.
Yeah.
That's why we're up here, and that's we'll stay up here for now. We'll second guess, but hey, we're not getting paid the big bucks, so
nope.
But Jamestown still in control of their own destiny here. They have the 26-12 lead over the Blue Devils.
4th and 10 though at the 32, and if they fail to get the 10 yards here, this is going to be a lot of time still for Kenmore West to get a touchdown and cut it back to 1 score.
And let's not forget their special teams. Nothing to shake a fist at. They've done pretty good. They already got the 1 turnover, almost had another one.
Here's a snap, and Drake rolls it up, but that was a false start though. One of the running backs jumped before the snap.
So that's going to bump Jamestown back a little bit.
They'll make it a 4th and 15, and I'm sure Jamestown's still going to want to run an offensive play here. Should it be an incomplete pass? It's just at the 37. It's not like they're pinned inside their own 20. Not to compare apples to oranges to the viewers at home. It's going to be a 4th and 15 at the 37, and it looks like they're going to punt the ball away with the mass substitution. Rojas is the punter, and this would be the first time Jamestown punts tonight.
I can't see that. We don't have a play clock to tell you how much time is left to get this play off, but Jamestown's got to hustle up here.
Looks like the return man is Hunter Gore, number 21.
They don't punt too often.
But when Rojas does, he's got the leg to boom it. And here's the snap, and here's the boot. And that punt's a high beauty. And that's going to hit inside the 10 and caught at the 5-yard line. That was by Chris Navarro.
So Ken West is going to have to go 95 yards here.
Yes.
Down by 2 scores, just under 10 minutes to play. We're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be back after a word from one of our sponsors.
Call 835-WOLF. Remember, you calling the Wolf. That's all you had to say. Call today.
Back at Strider Field, Norm Rodriguez, Frank Wolf, Sean Kilmartin on the broadcast today. Hope you're watching. Glad you're watching.
Kenmore West pinned on their own 5-yard line. I'd say give that ball to Britton to give them some breathing room to start this off. And it looks like that's the case. And he'll be lucky if he got a yard.
Well, that ball came out, but I believe forward progress had stopped, so there's not going to be a turnover, but he did lose control of the ball. And that was a problem for Kenmore West last week, especially against Lockport, but they haven't really turned the ball over today.
No.
And that's why we're looking at a 2-score game and what could have been a 4 or 5-score game.
And the run resulted in 2 yards, so a tad more breathing room for the Blue Devils, but they're taking a little bit of time to run this next play. Here comes Zayats under center. Here's the snap, and it's going to be a give once again and a swing to the right side. gets to the 10-yard line to maybe the 11, so about a 4-yard gain approximately.
It was Mosley on that carry. He got some help by some of his linemen pushing that pile back. He got positive yardage.
Gets it to the 12, so a 5-yard gain, 3rd down and 3. So now they've got some decent breathing room now.
They've got breathing room, but this is the biggest play of the night so far for Kenmore West with 8:44
and counting. This is where you got to have Zayats in. The last few times he's tried throwing, he's had the protection he's needed. Let's see what they do here. And it's going to be a give once again, a 1st down and more. And that's Mosley again. He gets it to about the 17-yard line, so he's got enough for the 1st down.
Mosley with a little shake and bake action on that run. Gets it out to almost the 20-yard line. So Ken West, clock's winding down, but they're moving the sticks, and that's what they need to do.
And now they got to start slowly putting the pressure on the accelerator. They're 82 yards away from a touchdown to cut it to 1 possession, and 8 1/4 left in the 4th.
Well, they're hanging in there with the Red Raiders today.
And here's the snap to Zayats, and it's going to be another give. And this time, it's probably going to be about a loss of a yard at the minimum. He didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage.
No, that was Dennis on the carry, with the Jamestown Red Raider defense was ready for him.
The clock has struck under 8 minutes left in the game. So the ball now at the 18 from what we're seeing.
Loss of 1.
Loss of a yard. And Zayats gets back out in the field to call the play for the Blue Devils. Delgado was the one with the defensive stop for Jamestown. 7.5 left in regulation play. 26-12 in favor of Jamestown. Zayats under center, and he's going to throw. Roll out to the right, throws it, and it's caught. The pass was caught by Jemiah Evans. Got knocked out of bounds at around the 20.
Haven't seen a lot of Evans today. That was a nice catch. He's been the target a few times, but that's the first time these guys have connected.
They had the other one earlier, but it was called back by a penalty. So a 5-yard gain on the play. So it's going to be a 3rd down and about 6, maybe 7. The Blue Devils need to get to the 30-yard line to continue this drive. And they're taking chunks of time to call the plays, and that could hurt them.
It certainly can. They need to start
hustling.
They need to start picking it up a notch here. And Norm, this is obviously with the way the game has been going, 26-12 score, kind of getting late in the 4th quarter here. This is four down territory, so they don't need all 7 yards here. If they can get 4 or 5.
And an empty backfield here, and Zayats looking somewhere to go, and he throws the ball incomplete. That was intended for Patrick Gerbeck, so they were in a 5-wide empty backfield, but they weren't able to get anything on that play.
It looked like Zayats was going to take off for it, and he wouldn't have gotten to the 1st down marker, but he easily could have picked up 5 yards there if he would have tucked it and gone. But he saw something. He saw a receiver come open. I don't think the receiver knew he was going to throw to him, and he never really turned for the ball. So
I believe he was going to have the quarterback taking off. I believe he felt he was going to run.
And he was going to try to start blocking downfield.
Oh, and here's a punt.
Wow.
And past midfield, and it bounces to the 40, and a beautiful Blue Devil bounce. It'll be pinned at the 31. I'm surprised they didn't try going for it there. Time's not their friend right now, and they're down by 2 scores.
And 4th and 7 from the 23. Now it's a little tougher 4th down to convert, but they've been aggressive all evening, and now they will need that defense to come up big.
So the Red Raiders are kind of getting a mulligan here right now. There was 4 straight plays where they were throwing the ball, and they didn't even burn 20 seconds off the clock. This is a chance for them to run the ball and burn some more right now. And the Jamestown offense out on the field.
Blue Devils still have all timeouts remaining.
And that's a very good sign. They should try to keep at least 1 before the final 2 minutes.
I suspect you'll see them use 2 on this drive if they have to.
I can see that happening myself as Jamestown's in a 4-wide set. The motion man for that was Jones, and run play and stopped it around the 34, so about a 3-yard gain there.
I've been corrected. Ken West down to their final 2 timeouts. I want to give another shout out to Sal Chifa on the sidelines of the Kenmore West Blue Devils. He's a former quarterback. My favorite all-time Ken West quarterback, without a doubt, is Sal Chifa. Now he's working with the quarterbacks on that staff and doing a great job for Kenmore West, his alma mater.
It's going to be a 2nd and 7 at the 35, under 6.5 left in the game. And it's going to be a fake screen, a handoff to Butera, and he'll get it to about the 36, maybe the 37. So it'll be at least a 3rd and 6. We're about to hit 6 minutes left in the game.
So the defense coming up with a couple of decent stops there. They only give it up 5 yards on those first 2 plays for Jamestown. Butera got a chunk there.
It's going to be 3rd down and 5 at the 37.
Yeah, I would suspect Jamestown should be running up, not hurrying up this offense.
Oh, no.
Taking their time to get these plays off. They're moving too fast.
And here comes the pass that's caught, and
it's enough for the first
yeah,
down,
it is.
and he gets out of bounds.
The pass was caught by Rojas.
So that'll move the chains. And
he almost looked like he bobbled it for a moment, but he was able to control the ball and go forward for a couple extra yards. And that's a big 3rd down conversion by Jamestown. That'll get them to burn at least another minute off guaranteed.
Oh, 1st and 10 now for the Red Raiders. Ball spotted at the 43-yard line of Jamestown.
Red Raiders are in that shotgun formation again. Here's the snap. And that's a give to Butera. He gets to midfield, breaks it loose. He cuts to the left side and gets through a defender, and he nearly broke that to the house.
Yeah, Butera, obviously the big playability there. He was making things happen, broke a number of tackles on that play. Cicero hung with him, though, needed everything he had, all the strength he had to bring him down.
And that was a 19-yard run by Butera on that play, and that's more than enough to move the chains.
And keeps the clock rolling.
That's the number 1 rule of thumb when you're up with this much time left. Stay in bounds if you're ahead.
Coming up on the 5-minute mark here now at Strider Field down in Jamestown.
It's going to be a 3-wide 2-back set as Drake gets ready to take the shotgun snap. And it's going to be a give on the play to Jones. And Jones breaking it down the middle of the field and gets it to the 20. So back-to-back big runs, one by Butera and one by Jones. 2 big first downs for Jamestown, and the clock keeps on rolling unless Kenmore West called a timeout right here.
Ken West not just trying to tackle, they're also trying to strip that football away. They need to turn over. They need something quick.
And their backs are against the wall. 1 touchdown, and you could just call this game set match.
Well, or maybe another first down.
That too.
But now Jamestown's going to take their time and roll as much clock off as they can. That's the smart thing to do.
Yes. And the clock keeps rolling. And this time, almost looked like Drake would be under center, but he's going to stay in shotgun formation. Man goes in motion, and it's a toss sweep over to Jones. Jones swings it to the opposite side of the field and gets to about the 15-yard line, so a 4-yard pickup.
Cicero and Ryan Galligan in on the tackle for the Blue Devils as we're approaching the 4-minute mark now.
And that clock keeps on ticking. In the words of Chris Berman, tick, 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 tick. It'll be a 2nd and 6 at the 15 as we have 4 minutes left in regulation play. And Jamestown just taking their time like they should be.
This is a better game than we thought it was. I mean, Norm, we talked to a number of people from around Western New York that were very interested in this game, but they didn't really give Ken West much of a chance at all here, and they didn't think Ken West was going to be able to hang in there with Jamestown. But outside of a few plays, this has been a fairly close game.
And Jamestown deep in the red zone now as Drake gets ready to take a shotgun snap, and the give is to Jones, and he gets it to about the 10. It'll be a 3rd and 2 or a 3rd and 1.
And that's going to bring it to under 3 minutes. Jamestown continuing to move the football downfield, 3rd and 2.
So a 3-yard run on that play by Jones.
From the 11. Again, I'll say it again, Norm. It's a darn shame what we have going on with this COVID thing.
Yes.
Not able to have state championships, but I would have loved to have seen what this Jamestown team can do again, I'm not writing anybody off. West
Right.
Seneca West is a very, very good football team too, but this Jamestown team, to me, had the ability to go deep into the New York State Public High School playoffs.
And Butero's going to walk into the end zone untouched for his second touchdown in the half, and that one should do it. 32-12 now the score with 2:28 left in the game.
And if there was going to be a nail in the coffin, Norm, as you alluded to earlier, that was probably it.
Yeah, the final nail's been driven, but Kenmore West can still, with this time, get one more touchdown to build their confidence going into their next game. And the game, from what we've seen, a lot closer than what you said, what most fans were thinking.
Yeah, no question about it. You know, talking to people around Western New York that cover high school football, even on the way down, I had a call from someone else that's in the business and said, you know, this is going to be a 3 to 5 touchdowns difference. It's not going to be close, and the score might indicate otherwise. You see the score 33-12, but outside of a few plays, few nice drives by Jamestown, this has been a relatively close game. Kenmore West, you know, it's going to be a long ride home, no doubt, but they shouldn't hang their heads too low.
Oh, no, they
gave
shouldn't
it a good
be ashamed
effort
at all.
today and had a nice turnover, a couple of nice plays on special teams. That first touchdown scoring drive, that's the first touchdown Jamestown's given up inside the first 3 quarters of a football game. And
Yeah, Hamburg's touchdown came in the fourth quarter. The next game, I'm personally not too sure. I was not at that location, but I know the final score was 53-6 in their last game.
That game was over in the first quarter. I mean,
wow.
Jamestown came ready to play, and yeah, it was a 6 o'clock game last Saturday. Seen on WNY Athletics, phenomenal game for Jamestown, and they really, really showed at Western New York that this was a team to be reckoned with. And like I said, this team had state championship aspirations, and you know, a lot of players are coming back. That's the plus. I mean, they're going to lose Takai Branch. They lose Chris Navarro. They lose Markel Carter. They lose Elia Rojas. They lose Damari Jones. So
17 seniors on their roster.
yeah, but they do have Rojas coming back. Excuse me. No, they don't have Rojas coming back. They have Butera coming back. And
There's
they've
Rojas
got
with a
one of the better quarterbacks in Western New York, and Trey Drake, and he's just a sophomore. So
Yeah, and here comes a return by Kenmore West to the 25 and return to about the 30. And a wall of Jamestown defenders, and a fumble on the play from what we're seeing.
the ball did come out, but I heard a whistle just prior to. So
Yeah, and when the whistle's blown, the play's dead. 2:20 left in the game, 33-12 in favor of Jamestown. And from the referee's indication, it will remain Kenmore West ball. So let's see what they do here to cap off this game and build the morale up for the next game.
they weren't pushed around, though. Ken West was not pushed around today. They hung in there with the toughest team in Western New York, in my opinion.
And here's a snap, and it's going to be a give on the play to Mosley. Mosley crosses the 30-yard line and gets to about the 32, as we're about to hit 2 minutes left in the game.
I had Jamestown ranked number 2 in my large school poll. 2A. I mean, Lancaster's right there with them. I'd love to see that matchup this year. We're not. I don't think we're going to, but the only way we would is if they played in some kind of funky bowl game at the end of the season. That's not going to happen. Those two teams are well on their way to playing for a Section 6 title in their respective classes.
And Zai gets on the keeper, but he loses a yard or two. I'm sure all these high school players for the football teams are thinking a 5-game season is better than not having a season at all. And Lancaster, last year, they were the team that knocked Jamestown out of the playoffs. Beat them 28-7. It's going to be a 3rd down and 8 at the 30. And from what I'm seeing here, it looks like it might be Demeek Dennis taking this snap. And it will be. It's going to be it's going to be an empty backfield, 5 wides. Trips right to the left as a man set in motion. That's LaCicero. And Dennis is going to run, and he's going to get knocked behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to be a loss of 6 yards on that play.
So that could do it. Ken West will run at least one more play. It is 4th and 8. They probably won't run one more play.
4th and 14 at the 34. I'd say now you should try to go for this one. There's less than a minute left, and you've got nothing to lose now. You have everything to gain, nothing to lose.
I want to thank everyone for watching on WNYathletics.com or on Facebook or on Twitter or YouTube. Thanks to Stark and Lakeshore Paving for this promotion. Thanks to Jamestown for having us down here doing this game.
And I believe we're back here for the last home game of the season in a couple weeks' time.
Well,
I could be wrong.
We'll be at Niagara-Wheatfield next week for the next Jamestown game, and we'll also be at Kenmore West for their game against Grand Island. So it'll be a busy day for sure in Western New York.
And Kenmore West elects not to run a play, and that's the end of the game. Your final score, Jamestown 33, Kenmore West 12, so Jamestown improves to 3-0, and Kenmore West handed their first loss, and they fall to 2-1. But like we said, the score did not necessarily match the outcome of this game.
Nope, it was a good game. It was a good game despite the score. And Kenmore West showed that they could play football in Class A with these guys. And, Johnny Haynes, they're going to have to go back to the drawing board and get ready for next week, and they got to put this one behind them. But for Jamestown, no rest for the weary. They've got another big game coming up next week against Niagara-Wheatfield that is on the road. I remember a couple years ago, an undefeated team from Niagara-Wheatfield came down to Strider Field full of confidence, only for Jamestown to beat them up pretty good.
Ooh.
And Niagara-Wheatfield would love to pay them back for that particular week, because that was a year when Niagara-Wheatfield had section aspirations on their minds too, but it didn't happen. But a great game here tonight, nonetheless, at Strider Field. Norm, thank you very much for working with me.
Of course, Frank, it's always a pleasure.
Hopefully everyone from Kenmore West that made the trip up get home safely, and we'll see you tomorrow on WNY Athletics.